Hey guys, it's me, Jerica with Shay Camp.
You see, we can never keep a straight face. Sorry, everybody. That's my personality. No, but hey, I am autism advocate, DJ, and photographer. Nice to meet y'all.
Hey, so tell us about yourself. You're a DJ and photographer. How'd you get into that?
Oh man, that's a lengthy story. Put it all in a nutshell. I'm a celebrity photographer and autograph collector. See, that all started back in 2010. I'm still really into Lady Gaga. That's like my favorite artist. And
Oh.
I was living with my dad at the time, and then he was like, "Oh, did you know you could try to meet her?" I'm like, "Huh? What are you talking about?" "Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a way to do that." And so the day of the show, we got there like super early, try to see her go in
Mm.
to the venue because a lot of these famous people go through like secret entrances and hallways and back doors, and
Oh.
we just so happened to find out the one for the UCF arena in Orlando, and we seen her pull up in a bus, but yeah, she never came over. I mean,
Oh.
she's normally good about it, and I know she's very private, but ever since then, it kind of really took off, and um, when I got to living on my own, that's when I really started to get into it. And, that's where I am now. I have like a whole book and a whole collection of pictures and autographs with people. And, some people may not agree with it. They're like, oh, you're a stalker. But no, no, it's something I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
I mean, you're only a stalker if you want to look at it that way.
Right.
And, if you like exceed your boundaries, then yeah, you can be considered that. But no, I'm respectful.
Mhm.
Someone says no, I'm like, okay, no problem. I don't fight with them. A few people who do what I do like to fight with the celebrity, like, oh, you're an a-hole. Why won't you sign this? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh
I'm
no.
like, yeah,
Has it
it
ever
could be
gotten
a lot.
physical?
Huh?
Has it ever gotten like have you ever observed it being physical or just
No, well, kind of with the person's security. Yeah, it
oh,
has gotten to that point. Not with me, but I've observed like in the wild, that happening to other people.
right.
But I just um cross my T's and dot my I's, and I try to stay away from all that.
Nice. Like how many people are there? Like is it like a crowd of you guys or like is it a way for you to do it like solo?
See, you never really know if it's somebody like popular, then yeah, there's gonna be
Or
more people and fans out there. But sometimes it's only, well, a good amount of the time it's only me out there because I like certain people,
okay.
and a lot of people don't really know who these artists are. They're still famous, but it's not like a household name.
Right.
Like for example, the band, what's a good example? Purity Ring. They're like an electronic group, and they have a few sort of popular songs out there, but I really like them, and I chose to go there, and it worked out, and it was really fun. I enjoyed it.
Oh, cool. So
Yeah.
what's been like the coolest event that you've gone to get a autograph?
That is a good question. See, I've flown to Los Angeles, gone to different Super Bowls, not like physically gone to the Super Bowl, but like I've been to the area to where different events are happening
Mm.
and different people are doing events and whatnot. Um, and then New York is really good. There's like something going on every day on
Right.
every block, so it's
Oh.
really hard to pick and choose what you want to do, and it's really fun. But go back to your question. I don't think I have one. I've had memorable experiences, but as for my favorite, I don't know. Well, I guess to give a memorable one, is going to Los Angeles for the Super Bowl because
Oh,
that was really fun. I've always, wanted to go to Los Angeles,
right.
and I finally got to fulfill that dream and to meet people out there and going to the restaurants and seeing all the famous people. You never know who you're going to run into, which is
Right.
pretty fun. I mean, at the same time, it kind of sucks because you don't like have the proper item to get signed. Like you have a CD or a movie of somebody, and then
Right.
they randomly show up. That was me. I did the smart thing. I like packed every freaking DVD I had,
Oh,
shoved it in my bag, and so happened I happened to run into Breckin Meyer from Rat Race and Robot Chicken. I'm
Oh,
like, oh, I have him on a DVD. Perfect. Here you go.
cool. So like,
Yeah.
when you like, do they ever feel like, do they ever get weirded out, or they're just kind of like, oh no, this is cool.
Some do. It depends on where you approach them. I mean, unfortunately, Orlando is not really the proper place to meet somebody. I
Mhm.
mean, besides like spending thousands of dollars or hundreds of bucks on a meet and greet, the
Mhm.
only way to like meet these people are like at a hotel, at the airport, walking the street or something. And yeah, it kind of can be an invasion of privacy, but what are your alternatives?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
mean, a good amount of them are okay with it. Some are like, oh, why are you
Okay.
bothering me here? Oh no, I don't do that. Um,
But they know it comes with the territory of being fa like famous and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And then also,
Just, huh?
no, I was gonna say I actually ran into oh my gosh, from Cynthia Bailey when I went to Georgia.
Mm.
So like, I mean, I've done a few, but they've always been like meetups like
Oh,
and
okay.
Steve Urkel at UF and stuff like that. So yeah.
Who?
Steve Urkel. Oh, that's
Oh, Jaleel. Jaleel.
a little white.
Hmm.
So I met him at UF actually. And then
Okay. Hmm.
um I also met, like I said, Cynthia Bailey while I was in Atlanta, Georgia. They were out with their family at a restaurant.
Hmm.
So it was really cool.
Yeah, you see something like that, that kind of a setting, eating at a restaurant. I wouldn't go to their table and be like, hey,
I know, I kind of felt like a little iffy, like,
yeah, I understand that. But if it's like a bigger city and there's like multiple people going in and out like clockwork, like Miami has a couple steakhouses, Los Angeles has a lot of hot spots. One
mm-hmm.
is called Nobu
Mm-hmm.
in Beverly Hills, and then there's like another one called Craig's or something like that. I forgot which one I hit, but yeah, there's like different people going in and out depending on the day. And I'm trying to think. I think Nicole Scherz, how do you say her name? Nicole Scherzinger from the Pussycat Dolls.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, she goes there a lot. She was super nice.
Oh,
Um, and like I said, Brecken Meyer. Um, sorry if I'm saying a lot. I'm just trying to think.
no, it's okay. I do the same thing.
Now in Miami for the Super Bowl, like 6 or something years ago, they have a steakhouse called what was it? Oh my God, I can't remember the name of it. Oh, Prime 112.
Okay.
And so it was during Super Bowl weekend. It had Martha Stewart. It had David Beckham. Yeah, it's just really fun. You never know. Oh, Jamie Foxx.
Ooh,
That one. Yeah, that one didn't
now
work
I would
out.
have
But
been like, that's cool. Yeah, I like him.
now he could be kind of iffy at times.
Okay.
But I think yeah, he does sign and take pictures every now and then.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
Um, I'm trying to think. Have you met Cameron Diaz? I don't think I saw.
No. Now she's tough to get. Like
Okay.
she's not a fan of doing all that.
Right.
Neither
He's been in the
is
game for so long. I could be like, I could see why.
Yeah, I would say a decent amount of the older people just get tired of it after a
All
while.
right.
And I think some of them are stuck up, yeah, but a lot
Mhm.
of them are like, nah, I've done that for so long, I don't care.
Right, right, right.
Whatever. I just do it when they can.
Mm. Hmm.
But I'm trying to think who else is like that. Reese Witherspoon is kind of rude about it.
Oh,
Putting up her hand like this and just
oh no.
covering. Yeah.
I would have pegged her
Uh,
for being like a little bit more. She always comes off as like,
oh no. No, 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 no. Let's see. As for rude people, oh, that's super funny. Samuel L. Jackson. Oh my
oh,
God.
yeah, I would let
That
you
dude is
know.
something else. He's a great actor, great personality, but oh my God, that dude is rude.
Really?
Yeah,
I
like his
would never get that.
characters that curse you out, that really is him. Like he has cursed out a few of my
I
buddies.
mean,
Like what are y'all doing here? Like, nah, I don't give a about what you want. He
but
re-
I don't know. I think I would have probably like laughed at it, to be honest. Like, I'm like, oh
it's funny. It really is funny. I mean, I just want to try to meet him. I don't care if it happens or not.
my
Just
God.
get
Right,
cursed out and be called his catchphrase,
right,
mother. But
right.
just by that would be an honor.
No, definitely want to meet him. And you know who else? Like, because we have the same birthdays, so I'm like obsessed with him. But Denzel Washington, we have the same
Hmm,
birthdays, so yeah. Every
that's a
time,
good one.
yeah. So, and he seems like him and his wife, they seem like very nice people. They actually do a lot um for the community. So I like them.
He's a nice guy, but he's not a fan of the autographs or the selfies. He does it every now and then, but he's tough to get.
Oh, dang. I mean,
Yeah,
again, he's old school. He's been in the game for so long. So yeah, I get
yeah,
nice, nice. So,
yeah.
what was I gonna say? So, like, have you ever, I know you said you're autism advocate, like, what are
Mhm.
some of the things that are most pressing to you now, considering like all the legislation that's going on? And do you have any concerns surrounding that?
I do. That's kind of a broad question. There's so much going on. I try not to be too political
Mhm.
about things, but my voice is it's not working right now with who's ever in the office. I
Right,
don't know who that is.
right,
Just I think things could be better,
right,
and just the way things are going is not for the best. I
right.
don't think.
It's a lot.
Hmm.
Like, it's a lot knowing that people could possibly lose their services, lose their independence, and
Hmm.
um, you know, what we've worked so hard for historically. So that's
Yeah.
like something that's kind of been concerning to me. I don't
Oh
think,
yeah. It. Oh, sorry. Go
oh, no,
ahead.
you can go, you can go.
No, it really is concerning because all this stuff was built, decade, year after year, and
Right,
now finally, with certain people in the office, that's all being thrown out the door and just being
right,
taken apart piece by piece. And
right,
I'm just not really too happy. I'm sorry to say this, but where America is at the moment.
right,
I mean, the past couple years has not been great. I mean, especially with the economy and people getting jobs and just now taking away rights from those who are disabled. Now it's going to be even harder to get a job and even have social security. It's like, what do you want us to do? How are
exactly,
we going to survive? Like for those like me who don't really have that family unit to support us,
right,
it's like, well, what do you want us to do? Just sit out there in the street and starve? Like, come
right.
on.
And let's actually circle back around because that's an important thing about, support systems. And I know I actually had TJ on previously. So what was your support system like and what is it currently? Let's
Yeah, so I there's power in community.
Mhm,
I mean, I lost both my parents at a younger age, for those that don't know.
mhm,
And I was taken in through a family friend where I grew up in the same town, thank God.
mhm.
They stopped me from going to a foster home in Atlanta, which is, I don't know what I would have done then.
Right.
And just by knowing
From
them through
Florida?
yeah, yeah,
Oh my God.
like they would have taken me out of Orlando and another state. I'm like, how's that going to work? But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, just by having that community, it really helped me become who I am today.
Hmm.
And nobody should go through stuff alone. I mean, I get you have to kind of learn trial by fire in a
Hmm.
way, and the school of hard knocks, which is what my mentor of like 20 plus years said. I went through the school of hard knocks.
Right.
I mean, I still kind of am at the moment. I'm going through something. I'm not going to get too personal about it, but I really do look on the positive side. So it's like, okay, what can I learn from this and what could I do better? You know?
Right. Right. I mean, it's definitely like kind of hard because you said you lost your parents. So like, and you were what age?
Okay, so my mom passed away 2006. I was around 10 or 11, and my dad died 3 years after that in 2010.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for like I've experienced the same thing, right? We've talked about that. We're actually supposed to be we probably should plug that in, but we're also going to be doing a talk on grief on Friday
Hmm.
at
That's right.
5. So,
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, Jerica and I are going to be partnering up for a Facebook Live video through Autism Connect. Autism Connect is a organization based in Mumbai, and they've gotten to be international through the web. And every week they have somebody or two or three different people doing a live video based on their area of expertise. And Jerica and I are doing one on being on the spectrum, going through grief, and showing how it's like a double spectrum,
Right,
not
right,
only going through grief, but also being on the autism spectrum as
right.
well. And that's going to be at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 6:30 p.m. in Mumbai time. So that's still kind of confusing.
Right.
It's like, well, how do you figure out all these different time zones?
I know. Yeah.
But it'll be, yeah, yeah, it'll
We
be
have
really
it.
interesting.
Yeah, we're gonna get it done.
Yeah, we got this.
Everybody, literally everybody tune in.
Right.
But yeah, so like we really kind of like delved into that with that collaboration, right?
Yeah.
You losing your parents, and I've lost people throughout the years, like my dad
Hmm.
um being one of the bigger ones, but my grandparents and stuff like that. And I think
Right.
having to kind of like navigate changing and switching your support system um,
Yeah.
as you experience those losses is hard. And how we kind of like deal with grief is different. And that's kind of like what we were talking about. But like, what has your experiences been with that?
What's the question? Like what my experience is with grief or
Yeah,
what do you
with
mean?
grief and navigating, navigating your support system as you lost your family, and what's that been like?
Okay, so with that, the support system has been kind of different both times. When my mom passed away, that was my first encounter with death and loss. I had my family there to support me, and then of course I had the school system. I was still in elementary school, the guidance counselors, and then when my dad passed away, it was kind of weird timing because I had just began my freshman year of high school, and then I started to get to know different people in the UCF card community
Mhm.
after like 5 or something years. And my family, like my aunts and uncles, flew down from New York when my dad was in the hospice service.
Mhm.
And they didn't really explain to me what was going on. I mean, I kind of knew he was sick, but
Right,
they didn't like go as far as saying, well, he's not going to make it.
right, right, right,
Because they always left in my head, or they couldn't tell me, well, he's not. And
right,
what's going to happen to you?
right, right.
And then finally, I started to realize that, and just um, having UCF card, like I said, there
Mhm.
to support me and transition me to wherever it was I was going to be going. It really did help. But as for the grief, I experienced it kind of differently.
Right,
I know people say, well, I think it's more of a stereotype to kind of like be alone,
right.
but kind of. Some people say, well, be alone. I got to be by myself. Let me grieve. You don't want privacy. But with me, no, there
Mhm.
was more of I wanted to be with other people
Okay.
because the day after my father passed away, I wanted to go to school. It's like, well, I don't want to hang around the house after
Right,
all that. Like,
right.
really, I don't want to sit and wallow in it. And
Mhm.
so I went to school, and the word had broken out that he passed away. People were immediately supportive of me.
Mhm.
Spent a couple hours with the guidance counselor, and then, you know, just went from there.
See, like, I don't remember like the guidance counselor. I do, no, I don't remember having a guidance counselor. I do remember my classmates, and I still have it actually to this day. They made
Hmm.
cards for me, and I have it in the same envelope and
Yes.
everything. So,
Hmm. My elementary school. So it's funny or it's interesting because I transitioned from the elementary school called Carillon, like 5 minutes away from where I used to live with my parents. In fifth grade, I transitioned from there to another school to better support me for my needs. And
mhm.
then that same year in December, I lost my mom, and the kids from my older school sent me cards and made stuff for me. I'm like, oh, wow.
All right. Do you still have them,
Hmm.
or do you?
I have a few. You know what? I think I do. They're like in one of my bins somewhere, but yeah, I kept them all these years.
It's like just a sweet gesture, like, oh, okay, they're
Hmm.
thinking about me when I was gone. So yeah.
Yeah.
And just to circle back around for people who do not know what CARD is, like explain what they do and the services and stuff like that.
Absolutely. So CARD is an acronym for Center for Autism Related Disabilities.
Mhm.
And there's like different branches of it around the state of Florida, like UCF. that's where this one is based out of. And then there's one in Miami, Jacksonville. There's like different names for them, and they have coordinators that come and help you out do certain things like apply for a job. They are registered with VR. I
Hmm.
just recently registered with VR to get a job, another job.
Right.
Um,
Well, explain
and
what VR
huh,
too. Explain
huh,
what VR is too for people that may not know.
VR. Okay, let me jump on that after card. So card, yeah, they have like over 20,000 something constituents.
Mhm.
Like the Orlando one is the biggest one, but technically the one in Tampa is like the headmaster of all of them in a way.
Okay.
That's what I heard. But yeah, I've been card for over 20 years. I've had a great mentor, Teresa or Terry Daly, Dr. Terry Daly, amazing woman.
Hmm.
Um,
And she's
and
the head, right?
huh?
She's the head of FSU.
The director, yeah, of UCF card. hmm And yeah, they have different outings for those on the spectrum. Like they have an adult group for 18 and up called Aspire. Then
Mhm.
there's another one for teenagers called, oh, what was it called? Not Modern Teen. It used to be called Modern Teen when I was a teenager. Like I was one of the original pioneers to help set that up
You're like, I'm the
because
OG. You're
many
the
years
OG,
ago.
right?
Yeah, an OG. But yeah, I helped set that up because my coordinator at the time, Bruce Blake, who unfortunately is not with us anymore, he ended up passing away. And yeah, he made his idea was to make a socialization group for those on the spectrum. Because at the time when it was beginning, it was like all different ages, like teenagers and different guys on the spectrum.
Okay.
Yeah, it was called Modern Male, and then that evolved to Modern Teen for anybody on the spectrum. And then finally, it was evolved to Aspire. And
Oh,
then they have like different levels of it, and it's really cool. I mean, I don't really go to it anymore, even though I
right.
should.
Right.
But yeah, it's always been in the back of my mind, and it's really worth checking out.
Yeah, I know I actually go to one of the online groups from time to time and they do have outings and stuff like that. So that's been really
Well,
cool.
that's good.
So, yeah. Um,
Mhm. And VR, I know you said something about that. VR is vocational rehabilitation.
mhm.
They help those like either on the spectrum or those who have a disability, or I think anybody in general, if
Mhm.
you qualify, could help them get a job or maybe go to school or try to figure out what your goals are going to be. And right now, I'm in the midst of figuring out what it is I want to do next with my life. I'm
Right.
still going to do the whole celebrity thing and the DJing thing, but something has more of a proper income.
Right,
I
right.
think I'm trying to figure out still.
But you've been doing a lot of things like kind of like discovering what you want to do or like kind of
hmm
so talk to everyone about that. Here's your teaching and you didn't really go through your educational background for people who may want to know that as well.
Yeah, I don't really have much of a education background. I've always thought about going to college and school, and I still might soon. I don't know yet. But yeah, I graduated high school, standard diploma,
Mhm.
and yeah, just learning different skills like customer service, working at Disney, working at SeaWorld.
Mhm.
I love that kind of environment, like the
Right.
rapid pace, yeah, customer service environment. I don't know what it is. I just like it.
Right.
It's something different every day. It's like you never know who you're going to meet. And,
Mhm.
it's really an experience.
Were you one of the photographers there or you were just doing like the
No, just doing like guest service, like working at a
Okay.
hotel. Yeah, concierge, all that fun stuff.
Oh, nice.
hmm
Um, and so when you what are you hoping to get into or even kind of like learning about?
Hmm. Probably expanding that into a managerial role
Oh,
because it'd be cool to be a manager or some kind of supervisor, I guess, in the
right.
hospitality industry.
Oh,
Because
nice.
I think those two go hand in hand, customer service and hospitality.
For sure. So like I know they have like a few programs at some of the colleges for that and VR
hmm
possibly would cover that. So
I
um
think so. Because on the back end of that spectrum, I work, like what I said, with the autographs. And I was thinking about getting into bringing people in for like private autograph signings and being an agent, being their handler person at shows.
So,
And that would be on the back end of the spectrum of like hospitality and customer service.
okay. And what's a you said a handler, what's that?
So for those that go to like Comic Cons or different conventions, they
Mhm.
have like somebody from the organization or the convention to come and be with that person all weekend. Like they handle the money for the autograph sales, photograph sales, arranging rides, transportation, getting them at the airport, just being like micromanaging everything they do while they're in town.
Oh, that's kind of
Hmm.
hmm,
Yeah,
nice. I could see you doing that because you're really good with everyone and like you're like
mostly everyone.
yes. Oh, yes. If you could tell someone, and I know we didn't go like in depth into your story,
Hmm.
but like if you could tell the next generation something, what would you tell them?
Oh my God, that's a good question. See, I love inspiring the youth and the younger generation before me. See, I love kids. I've always loved being around kids. And I forgot to mention that I have a background in teaching, sort of, because this past year I was a teacher assistant
Right.
at a, school for disabilities, private school
Hmm.
called Pathways for Life Academy. And I really enjoyed it. I it wasn't really for me because it's like being in one building all day doing the
Yeah.
same thing. And I
Mhm.
get that's most jobs, but that's not really too appealing to me. I like something that's very adventurous, like
Mhm.
the theme parks or customer service.
Right.
But
What age is that you were teaching?
so it was like from middle school to high school.
Okay. And
Hmm.
what was I gonna say?
But words for the youth, ah, don't let anybody hold you back or hold you down. Don't listen to negativity. If you want to do something, do it. And hmm, that's a good question.
I think that's a solid one.
It is, but that's kind of cliche in a
Mhm.
way. But to put my own spin on it, always, well, expect the unexpected. Like
Right.
that. Like you never know what could happen in life. Uh, you always be open to different things. Don't
Right.
just stay narrow-minded to one thing.
Mhm.
Because who knows, different opportunities might come at you that you're like, huh, what? Like, why would I get into that? But be open to it.
Mhm.
And you never know, something could come down the line during that that would be something you really wanted to do. Like it would
Sure.
circle back to, like if you want to be a fashion designer and
Mhm.
then like somehow you're into music or you're offered something in music, but that could circle back around to being like a fashion designer for music artists,
Right, right, right.
something like that.
Exactly. I think a lot of artists do that, right? They start off in one part of the entertainment field and it spins off into something else. So, yeah,
Hmm.
nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely, so when I was younger, I actually wanted to be an entertainer. I was like really adamant that I was going to either be an actor or a doctor. And
Hmm.
so that was like something I was really interested in. And
Yeah.
so you never know where it's going to go.
Hmm.
Awesome. Well, thank you for
Yeah.
your time, Shane.
Of course. Yeah. Thanks for having me.
No problem. We'll see you later.
All right. Bye, everyone.